Hello everybody, you join me on a Thursday afternoon and I have not filmed anything this week. I've got a couple of clips, but I have not really filmed anything this week. I did have another video lined up for the part 2 of the Mark II golf episode, but I've managed to delete half of that video because it was filmed like 3 weeks ago. So today's video can no longer go out, so I've got to film a little video for you guys today because I don't miss an upload, because every Friday and Tuesday 5:30 p.m. we have an upload and I will not miss a single one. However, like I say, this week has been extensively busy and I've not done anything. In the last episode you saw I had the E24, the new one, and I mentioned that I was breaking it, and that's what I have been doing, which is pretty much all here and here and also here. Oh, and this is also a manual swap for my Red E24. So it's very clear that I haven't actually done anything this week apart from tidy the workshop, get that car stripped into millions of pieces, sort that out. I've fixed the E36 on Monday. I did some work on an EP3, doing lots of little odds and ends jobs and just trying to get the week ready. And I haven't filmed anything for you, but some plans have changed in everything. So let me explain what's going to be happening in the next couple of months. And to do that, we need to have a little bit of a chat. So we'll go over to the other workshop and we'll talk about the clips of that engine at the start of this video. Here we have two vehicles. And one of the things this week is I went to B&W and got a new key for this B&W because I managed to snap my one in the boot. Brand new B&W key. Let's see if it fits. Yeah! Winners! Result. So that means I can finally get it out of its resting space and start cracking on with it, right? No. I think I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to rush the car. I have been spending a silly amount of money on parts, on panels, on like basically bushes, brakes, bearings, arms, diff, donor cup. Like, the list has gone on to an extortionate amount of money, and there's still so much yet to spend. And obviously I've been banging on about it, and my plan was to take the car to Alt Race, get the car done, respray, new glass, get it just basically really, really good. I bought wheels for it, and I spent a lot of money. And it's at that point now where it's like I need to start it, but 2 months is not enough time to restore a car and run a workshop at the same time. So I've taken the decision to put the 6 Series on hold ever so slightly while I recoup a little bit more funds, get to spend a little bit more time, set myself up to make doing that a lot easier. Got to buy some new tools and stuff like that. Do this in the later half of the year, so sort of like June onwards instead of before June, you know what I mean? So I don't know, breaking the 6 Series, the E24 Highline in the last video, made me realize how much all the little bits that I might need may cost. And I haven't even taken this apart yet. Like, there is going to be something that I break or can't replace, and it's just going to be up to the deadline where I rush something or do something that I shouldn't have and try and cut some corners just to make a deadline, and I'm not about that. And I also have 400 other million cars, which, albeit they need a lot of work. Like, they need a lot of work. There's a Nissan Prairie at the back there. We also have this one, which quite a lot of you won't even know I own. And you've probably never seen one if you're in the UK, because this is the only one in the UK. This thing right here is my Toyota GX61 Twin Cam Mark II. So, I've had this car nearly 3 years, and basically, the engine is out there, as you can see, and I'm stood on a ladder, so I've not just got freakishly tall. Basically, this car, the engine got very, very hot the last time I drove it, which was over a year ago. Cooked it, and all of last year I made sacrifices, so I couldn't really spend any money. I was just focusing on the business and trying to progress in that and not spend any excess money, and I was doing like people's cars for cheaper than I should have just to get the name across and stuff like that. And I missed out a whole year of driving a modified car, which I hadn't done since I was 17. So this car, which is like my dream car, got put on hold. Which was sad because this car here is very, very cool. And it literally, from the outside, it literally just looks like wheels, coilovers, done. But I put a lot of hours into this car. Subframe raised it, diff raised it, gearbox raised, custom rear strut towers in the back. It's got air cups on it, S13 converted all the way around. This car had a lot of work put into it. And the simple fact is the engine that these cars come with are made out of chocolate and they are rubbish. However, they sound phenomenal. So, yeah, the car has sat unloved on my ramp for over a year. On the second ramp. Now, this is my first ramp. And we need to get off the ramp because I've decided that we could potentially try and get that car on the road and drive it to Poland. If the engine build goes smoothly. I don't know anything about the engine. We don't know if we need lots of little bits. Oh, it's going to be a lot more money to properly fix it, but I don't know. It got very, very hot, and I'm hoping the engine's going to be okay. I mean, wishful thinking here. It literally sounded like a tractor. I'll see if I can insert a clip here.
What's that? There's a lot of oil smoke coming out of that as well, isn't there?
Yeah, it was a bad day, but that's my plan, I think. It won't actually need much, so obviously it's going to need a clean up because the stone chips have gone rusty. It's always like that. When I got it, this was all like that, and if you polish it, they just become a little bit invisible. So yeah, it's going to need a bit of polishing. I'm going to send the wheels off to be refurbed from my friend Nick at NHA Automotive. So he's going to give those a birthday because, again, they got ruined. It needs a couple of track rod ends, inner track rods, see if we can replace some of the bushes that are on here and stuff. And quite literally, once this car has an engine back in it, a couple of little maintenance bits, I'm just putting it back together, like it's done. You need a set of tyres, wheel refurb, engine rebuilt, put it back in. The rest of it is done. I've driven this car a lot, and there's nothing really wrong with it. The weakest link on this car has always been the engine. So this car has always like got hot. It's never really flowed very well on the radiator side of things. So you could get around it, but if you stood in traffic, it would it'd get hot, obviously, and that was mainly down to the radiator. But the main problem with this car when it died is that a core plug put a hole in the block. All the coolant come out the block, and the temperature gauge said it was sweet. So me being none the wiser, just kept driving it and thinking, oh, it's fine, it's not even hot. The temperature gauge doesn't read steam, it only reads the temperature of water. So yeah, it got basically very, very hot and cooked the engine. And once I let it cool down, it sounded absolutely fine. So I'm hoping that that is going to be okay. But yeah, that's the weak link. So we're getting that sorted. Rebuild the head because it was a little bit smoky as well. Like, these engines are very, very old, and I've dropped it off to my friend Zach at Anarchy Customs, and he's gonna give the engine a birthday basically, and he might even port the head for me as well because he loves doing that sort of thing. So hopefully we can get that sorted, get this thing back on the road. I miss this car. However, I do really want to get this car on the road. It's going to be so much more work than I want to do. And now that I've got the new engine from the Highline, which, as you see in the last video, is the 3.5. This is the one that people want because you get a pickup on the front pulley. On my E24 there, you get the pickup on the flywheel. This is just a bigger engine. This is usually the one that people want to buy and put into another car. This could be a great donor engine for this car, like ITB, built in there, wicked. Which again, I won't be able to do before the end of June. So I think not rushing that car is going to be better in the long run, because the way the channel's going, we're going to need a project throughout the winter anyway. And I need something to do. And I've been trying to put things in place to get all of these cars sort of done and make it easier to work on these cars, because at the minute they're just in here like dying. And also spend more time working on my own cars and not just filming all customer cars on the channel, because like there's nothing wrong with filming customer cars on the channel. I'm very grateful to be able to do that. But you get more of a connection when it's like a personal car of mine as a viewer. So I need to get these done. And also I just want my cars done. So yeah, I'm working on things. That's why I haven't got a video this week. I've literally just been all in the workshop, like getting that E24 stripped, get that out of the way, just so we've got enough room to get more cars in, and just really preparing stuff for the summer. And I've been doing like 16-hour days all week. And today is like the first day I've had I didn't even lie in, I got up at 7:30. But I've been out and dropping the engine off of Zach, and it was just nice to just not have to work constantly all week. And yeah, don't know, I feel like I'm making excuses for not making a video, but that's why this is a talking video, because I haven't actually filmed anything throughout the week. But next week I will do. But speaking of customer cars, I have 2 in at the minute, which I will film a video on each of them. We have this thing here. Now this thing is so cool. It's bagged. It's got an aftermarket exhaust. It's got flashing tail lights, and it's got lots of camber. It's got lots of proper Japanese arms on it. They're all T-demand and stuff like that. So we're putting more adjustable control arms on this, and we're going to try and set the fitment a little bit more sunken in, so more camber, and try and measure up for some wheels. And we're going to go get it tracked. And I'll film some stuff on this in the week, because I think this thing's so cool, and there's lots of quirky little things. So this will get its own video. And the other car that we've got in here is wild, that I've got it in the workshop, to be fair. FD. This thing is absolutely huge. Like, it's so aggressive, it's ridiculous. For a small car, it's just massive. Very aggressive kit on it. We're actually bagging this, so this will be pretty cool. We've got to make a couple of proper tank brackets on here in the back of the cage. That's got like strut brace, battery, swell pot. Got to put the tank in here somewhere, so that's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully Craig enjoys it, because he's not sure if he wants to keep the air ride. There's his Instagram there. But we're putting it on, see if he likes the way it drives, and then later down the line he can do a more fancier boot build or something like that. But as you can see, there's not really anywhere to mount a tank apart from in there somewhere. Very cool car, very cool car. It was all the air ride there. But yeah, that's what's been happening. And other than that, been getting the E36 ready to be sold. A friend of mine, Seb, who lives in my street, he's actually cleaned it for me, which I'll go take a video of later on, and we'll put it in at some point. But he's given the car a clean inside and out. I haven't actually spoken to him yet, because I haven't even been home. I've just been working constantly, but the last couple of days he's been on it, so pretty happy about that. So thank you, Seb. I'll put his Instagram here. He details cars, so check him out. That'd be greatly appreciated. To make things happening smoothly in the workshop, I have agreed to buy a new ramp. So that will be here Monday, Tuesday, and we'll get it up in the workshop where Taylor's E28 is, and then I can finally have 3 ramps, and it gives me more space for more cars. But mainly, the more important thing is I can actually continue on with projects in the workshop that take longer than a day. All of those cars over there. The craziest thing about running a business is cash flow, and if a car's stuck on the ramp for a couple of days and you're waiting for parts and it's in a million pieces, it absolutely ruins the week. So that's why some of these cars over here haven't been finished, because they do not align with my schedule on trying to make things work. So I'm working on me and Gresswells in general, but I'm also trying to do lots of other stuff at the same time. I'm a one person and just trying to make it work. And I haven't filmed a video this week, so this is the video you're getting. So if you've made it to the end of me watching me ramble on, I appreciate it. Expect some more videos soon. I just thought I'd let you know what's actually happening in my world, because I know you're tuning in every Friday expecting something, and this week you just got me rambling, which is what I feel like I do in all the other videos anyway, so it's not really too different anyway, but just chatting. Anyway, subscribe. Thank you all for watching recently. Channel's been going amazing as per. It's going really, really well, and I want to just be able to provide more fluent and better content, and eventually by the end of the year I want another person like me in the workshop to sort of be part of all of this. So yeah, hopefully I can work towards that and everything goes well. So thank you very much. Have a good evening. Goodbye.